Welcome, Never-Betters, to my YouTube channel. I'm Susan, and this is Buddy Sherman. We are so grateful you're here. So today I've prepared a 1-hour power Vinyasa flow yoga class for you, all about movement and message. In the flow, we're going to move in and out of variations of half bound, half moon pose. The message is about persistence. I hope you enjoy. If you like what you see, hit that thumbs up, push the bell for future notifications, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Now let's get after the best version of you today. If you follow me at Never Better Yoga on Spotify, we are going to go ahead and press that start button right now. Then come with me. We're going to start today right in child's pose with your knees nice and wide. So knees are going to go all the way to the width of your mat. Big toes are going to track together. This gives you a little more opening in your hips. And then should you want to extend your arms out in front, that would serve you well, or perhaps you would be a little better adjusted with your arms bent and your fists stacked so you could rest your forehead upon them. So once you find Balasana, child's pose, just know that this is the beginning of this grounding sensation where you can experience the full support of the earth beneath you, and collectively with your breath take a nice deep inhalation in, fill your chest, fill your heart, fill your lungs up with your breath, cap it off and sigh it out. Now just give it a try to allow that exhalation to wipe clear the slate, whatever it took for you to get here, whatever situation you have going on in your life, whatever could possibly hinder your practice. Make the choice right now to clear the slate. One of the most powerful practices with our yoga practice is being right here, right now. Then walk your hands off your mat to the right side. Let the left hand stack on top of the right. Drop the right forearm and lengthen out the left side of your body. See if you can very specifically breathe into the left rib cage, those intercostal muscles, allowing your left sit bone to head towards your left heel. Lifting your hips and your forehead up, walk your hands off the mat over to the left. Right hand stacks on top of the left, left forearm drops down, and pull length into the right side body, expanding that space. Let the focus of your mind draw into your breath, and let your breath on the inhalation create space. And on the exhalation, you get to dive into that space that you create. Now travel back to the center. And before we begin, our focus on today's class is about persistence. And we receive inspiration from the Stoics. And if you're not familiar with Ryan Holiday, he is a modern Stoic who has written many books about the Stoic philosophy. So our very first mantra that we're going to bring to mind is persist and resist. So we want to persist always with our efforts, and we want to resist or not give in, resist any kind of distraction, any kind of discouragement, or any kind of disorder. So just gently and softly repeat those two words, persist and resist. And then walk your hands back towards your body. Pick your hips up off your heels and find your way into cat and cow. Now round your back and tuck your chin. Inhale and arch the back as you melt your heart right through the gateway of your arms. Exhale, round the back, tuck the chin. Inhale, soften and melt, breathe. Now keep those two moves going, letting your chin draw in, your navel draw into your spine, your back rounds in cat, and then arch and look up in cow. Then if you would like more, shift your hands right and left and take a circular motion where you still activate maybe a little cat on the back side of your circle and a little cow on the front side. So it's got a rounded element when you shift back towards your heels and an arched element when you rise up. Now you can add a little bit of a neck roll if that would serve you today. But be very mindful of keeping your face softened. Keep the tension out of your face, the space around your eyes, and just begin to get that fluidity of not only your body, but the connection of your body and your mind. Now reverse that direction. Persist and resist. So whatever setbacks, whatever situation you might be encountering in your life that didn't go as planned, that was perhaps unexpected. Maybe you're dealing with some sort of loss or grief. It could be with your job, your relationship, your family, your finances, your health. There are so many areas that we can use these tips today to keep on keeping on. Now, I want you to push back to child's pose. And should you today have a purpose, a wish, a prayer, an intention for your practice, maybe it's an obstacle in your life that you're trying to overcome. Perhaps today, with persistence tips, we can help move on. So if you have a wish or a prayer that you want to dedicate this time toward, go ahead and seal it right into your heart right now. And then rise back up onto your hands and knees, letting the right leg stretch back. So just extend the right leg long. Right now, the ball of the foot is on the mat. I want you to let your heart melt. So you're just going to create a back bend with your right leg extended back, inner thigh lifting, and heart elevating. Now you're in a little bit of a cow with a modified right leg long. Now round your back, tuck your chin for a little cat back style. Now move through those two, arch and then round with the right leg extended. Arch the back and then round. One more set. Soften the space between your shoulders and then round and push away. Spin the left foot off your mat. So for a modified Vashisthasana, let the right arm lift up and then lengthen it overhead. Plug the right shoulder blade in on the back side of your body and maybe look up and under the right arm. Now lift the right leg up and go ahead and take the right hand to the right shin as you pull it in towards your forehead and then lift it up. Now do that again. It's like closing in as you round your back and tuck your chin. Right leg comes in and down. Inhale, use the right hand to help open back up. Right hand is on your shin. Exhale, contract and bow down. Inhale, expand. Now stay right here and see if you can slip the right hand to the right foot for that Chapasana variation. Release it. Let the right arm go up and over and land the right leg down. Spin back to the front of the house. You've got the right leg extended. Rock back and forth now, stretching out the calf, the Achilles tendon on the right hamstring. Stretch back, the right back side of your body. Now I want you to stretch it back so far that you hover the left shin up and off your mat. Lengthen the left leg back, lower it down to high plank. From high plank, push back, down dog. Now in your down dog, pedal through your feet. Give yourself freedom in the hips by moving side to side, bringing that mindful connection of your breath to your movements. Inhaling and exhaling in and out throughout your nose. It's that Ujjayi pranayama breath that helps keep you in this place. Now, from your down dog, elevate your heels up, squeeze your inner thighs in, shift back to high plank. Land your knees down, point your toes, round your back, tuck your chin for cat. Inhale and arch for cow. Neutralize your spine, stretch the left leg back behind your body, and continue with cat and cow. So push the earth away. Inhale and soften, melting your shoulder blades. Do it again. Exhale, pull your navel in, round your back, tuck your chin. Inhale and soften. One last time. Push out of the right hip, pull your navel into your spine, round and protract your shoulders. And then as you inhale, arch and look up. Now spin the right foot off of the mat to the right. Right hand's going to stay down. Left leg goes long. So this is a variation of side plank, Vashisthasana. Left arm up and overhead. Breathe. Now send the left hand back to capture the left shin. And then close down as you exhale and bow down. Inhale, open back up. Exhale, you're working the outer hip on the right leg. Inhale, open back up. One last time. Exhale, close on down. Pull your navel into your spine. You're rolling up into a little ball. Inhale, open back up. Slip the left hand all the way to the foot for that Shavasana connection to open up. Kicking the hand into the foot as you let your heart expand. Tips of your ears draw back and face softens. Now release that left leg long. Let it land, left arm up and over. Lower the left hand down, spin back to the front, and go back to the rock. So rock the left heel back and forth to stretch out the back side of your body. So this is the way that Ryan Holiday puts it. He says, never in a hurry, never worried, never desperate, and never stopping short. And then, of course, I added, being never better. Ha ha. So push back. Use that mantra. Persist with your efforts. Resist distractions, discouragements, disorder. Breathe. Now go ahead and push the left heel back so far that you hover your right shin. Lengthen the right leg long, let it land, high plank, push back, down dog. From your down dog, pop your heels up, pull your navel in, high plank again. This time, bend your arms, let your shoulders come over and forward for a 90-degree angle, and then push back up and come back to down dog. So it's a down dog chaturanga push-up. Do that again. Pop your heels up, pull your belly in, hug your inner thighs in, shift to high plank. Look forward, bend your arms, keep the arms close to your body, creating that 90-degree angle. Push up and back, down dog. This time, pull the heels up, bend your knees, and let them come right down to your mat. Point your toes, stay here, shift your hands one right, one left, and take a dip to your chin to the earth. Come back up. Hands are wide. They're facing outward. Chin goes down in the center. Elbows draw back. Yeah, do it one more time. Dip down, chin dips. Flip the hands back around. Shoulders over the wrists. Go chin, chest, belly. Slither right on down. Let your hands come alongside your body. Palms down, chin down, feet down. Feel the tops of your feet pressing into your mat. Keep the left leg down and your palms down. Lift the right leg up. Keep the right leg lifted. Elevate both your arms up. Right leg lifted, left toes press into the earth. Lower back down, chin down, palms down, hips down, feet down. Press into the tops of your feet. Right foot stays down, palms stay down, left leg lifts. Keep the right leg down, wings expand as your heart and chest lift with the left leg elevated. Lower all back down. Lace your hands behind your back. Draw them down the back side of the body. If they're not laceable, no worries. Elevate it all up. Shalambhasana. Breathe. Lift your wings, lift your heart, lift your legs, your thighs. Maybe point, floint, or flex your feet. Lower back down. Hands by your ribs. Pop your hips up and back. Downward facing dog. Now let your right leg lift, roll open at the hip. Inner knee, outer upper tricep, lower the right knee to the right wrist, and let the shin land. Let the shin land down. Now, tense your finger pads up. The back kneecap is lifted. Can you stretch out this left hip flexor? So you're on the right shin. You dip the hip and lift the heart. Now, plant your hands. Take the right knee back up to the tricep. Stretch it up and back. Roll open at the hip. Right knee right into the forehead. Hold. Hold and pause, pulling your navel into your spine, rounding your back. Step the right foot in between your hands, dip the left knee down, offer your arms up, breathe in. Tee your arms, dip your hips, breathe out. Collect your hands at the center of your heart, wring it out and twist, left upper arm on the outside of the right front thigh. Back left kneecap lifts up, twisted crescent. Bring it up and around, warrior two. Flip the right palm for peaceful. Pinwheel your hands down. Step in to high plank. Shift your shoulders over your wrists. Bend your arms. Point your toes. Come onto the tops of your feet. Cobra or up dog. Exhale your hips. Up and back. Down dog. Let the left leg lift up. Roll open at the hip. Draw the left knee to the left tricep. Lower it down to the left wrist. Let the left shin land. Maybe stretch the right leg back. Can you tense your finger pads? Maybe hands on blocks. Really feel that stretch in the right hip flexor. Should feel kind of good, yeah? Lifting up. Now, plant your hands back down on your mat. Tuck, the left toes are tucked under. Keep them tucked. Pull in and up with that left tricep, the Uddiyana Bandha, the abdominal engagement. Then lengthen the left leg up and back. Roll open at the hip. Knee to nose, one time, draw it in. Hold, pause. Step the left foot in between your hands. Dip down the right knee. Offer your arms up. Anjaneyasana. Tee the arms and expand your heart as your hips dip. Pull back and collect your hands. Wring it out and twist. So when we experience setbacks or discouragements or obstacles, I betcha negative thoughts come into our mind. So here is a key. Pop the right kneecap up, twisted crescent. When those negative thoughts come in, bring it up and around, warrior two. You've got to stop and evaluate the negative thought. What is making you feel that way? Usually, it's an impression or a perception of our mind that is not true. Flip the left palm. Peaceful. Now, pinwheel your hands down. Step into high plank. I want you to hold your high plank. Now, feel your thumbs hugging toward each other. Look at the elbow creases of your arms. Hug them in toward your midline. Squeeze your legs in. Use your legs to take an optional push-up. Come back up. Push up and back, down dog. So when you have that negative thought come in, you actually stop the process and evaluate, is that negative thought? Usually, it's an imaginary thought of a very terrible situation, and we want to put it in our mind and then have that thought grow. So we stop it right there. It's usually not a fact. It's usually not a fact at all. It's usually some sort of fear that we imagine. Don't suffer imaginary ills. Don't make things up about the situation. Then pop your heels back up, come back to high plank. Lower all the way down to your mat and stay. Hands come alongside your body. Feet are pressing into the mat. Palms are pressing down. Elevate it all. Rise up. And then think about what maybe some of the successful people who have persisted in unimaginable scenarios, think about what they did. Lower back down. Now do it one more time. Rise back up. Breathe in. Elevate your heart. Lift. Lower back down. Hands by your ribs. Tuck your toes under. Pop your hips up and back. Downward facing dog. Now walk your hands back to your feet at the back of your mat and come into ragdoll. Let your knees soften. Let your hands collect your biceps and hang in ragdoll. Breathe. Now, maybe take a little sway in your ragdoll. Keep shaking out any kind of imaginary ills, anything we're making up, any stories we're making up about what our obstacle is. Shake it out. Shake it right out. Any doubt we can do without. Do you know that Thomas Edison tried 6,000 times before he was able to successfully have the invention of the light bulb like he did? He wasn't the only one trying. Shake it out, shake it out. He was the only one who persisted. He said he looked for events that did not succeed because he knew that would bring him closer to success. So shake out any discouragement, any distraction, any doubt. We can do without. Now, release your hands, kick your heels in, toes out. Malasana at the back of your mat. Malasana at the back of your mat. Breathe. Breathe and hold. Hold and breathe. Now, rise up and stand tall. Look up, breathe in. Exhale, come back down. Breathe out. Inhale, rise up, breathe in, look up. Exhale, come back down. Winston Churchill, you know what he said? He said, success is stumbling from failure to failure with no loss of enthusiasm. Keep going with rising high and coming back down. Couple more times. Ignite the strength of your body. Invigorate your breath, breathing in and out through your nose. One last time, lifting up out of the soles of the feet. Rise up. This time, stay up. Hook your thumbs, arc up and back. Heel toe your feet together at the back of your mat. Hands to heart center. So we activate wisdom from others. So we can realize we are not the only ones who stumble. We're not the only ones who have obstacles. Take a seat in Utkatasana chair pose. Press your heels apart. Feel the igniting of the backside of your body. Then lift your ribs up through the side bodies. Elevate your heart. Breathe in. Slip the tips of your fingers down by your feet. Left hand comes on your hip. Right hand carries up the right shin. Stand tall. Maybe you hang on to the right shin. Maybe you take peace fingers on the right big toe. Kick the right leg forward if that serves you. Utthita Hasta Padangusthasana. Left arm lifts. Say that 5 times fast. Breathe in. Open up on variation B. Let the heart lift. Lift out of the left hip. Carry the right foot across, standing pigeon at the back of your mat. Unravel the right leg. Spread your wings and sweep them alongside your body. Point the right toes. Flying mantis. Walk your hands out, three-legged down dog. Roll open at the hip. Right knee, right tricep. Lower it down. Land the right shin down. Tense your finger pads up. Drag the heart through the gateway, maybe even sliding the left hip back, but keep the kneecap lifted. Plant your hands, pull up on the right knee to the right tricep. Stretch it up and back, roll open at the hip. This time, stay or flip inside out for wild thing. Rise the right arm up. Bring it around. Kiss the right kneecap. Step it up. Come all the way up. Crescent lunge. High lunge. Breathe in. Arms overhead. One hand. Arms are bent. One hand on each forearm. Now pull apart. Dip the left knee down. Knit your ribs in. Inhale back up. Let your heart lift. Exhale, hover the back shin. Inhale back up. Pull your forearms apart. Exhale all the way to the earth. Now, left hand forward, right hand back. Up and around, warrior two. Now, flip the right palm, reverse. Now, lace both of your hands behind your back. Hands slip in the front of the right thigh. Let the ear tip back. Can you stretch your neck out? Ooh, nice. Straighten the right leg. Keep the neck stretch going. Release the hands, or at least the right hand. Left hand stays for half bind. Flip the right palm, half bound reverse warrior. Now float up, maybe slide the right foot back, maybe right hand on a block, half bound, half moon. Slowly unravel the bind. Never in a hurry, never worry. Reach back, left hand, left foot, Chapasana. Kick the hand into the foot. Release L shape. Exhale, left knee to the nose. Set it next to the right. Come back to chair now at the top of your mat. Exhale, fold either Malasana or Kakasana crow pose. Hugging in your thumbs. Hugging in the inner edges of your feet. Now, if you're in Malasana or Kakasana, we are going to float back. So shoot your legs back, heart forward, and then rise up, dog or cobra. Exhale, up and back, down dog. Walk your hands back to your feet, back of your mat. Heel toe your feet apart as far as you need to slip your hands underneath your feet for gorilla. Now, knees might be super bent, so be it, but give your wrists a little release. Shake your head out. So we've already covered 3 different steps or tips. The first one, repeat the mantra over and over. Persist and resist. Number 2, Stop the stinking thinking. Right now, shake it out of your head. Usually it's not a fact. Usually it's a story we make up when things don't go our way. So shake it out. We're going to operate by facts. Facts only. Strip the story away. And then draw that yes back in. The third tip is we're going to look at some of the people who've gone through major obstacles, major challenges, and we're going to take advice from them. Good things don't usually help us learn as much on the mountaintop. It's in the valleys when we learn this stuff. So resist and persist. Now release your hands from your feet. Kick your heels back in, toes out, malasana at the back of the mat. And here's our fourth tip. And this tip is really a good one. We want to control the controllables. Think of something, anything you can do that is under your control to take you in the right direction. Then imagine doing it. Rise up, breathe in, look up. And then not only are we going to imagine it, we're going to actually do it. Rise up, breathe in, look up. So control the controllables. We can't control other people. We can't control places. We can't control things. When we realize that, we have a lot more freedom. The only thing we can control is our response to the obstacle that we're encountering. Rise up, breathe in, look up, and we take action. We do what we can do with what we have, where we're at. Rise up, breathe in, persist with your efforts. 2 more times, ignite. Come back down. Rise up, stay up. Hook your thumbs, open and expand your heart to this new way of being. Hands to heart center, heel toe your feet together. Close your eyes and just pause. Bring your purpose back into your practice. Why did you unroll your mat today? Honor yourself for being here, for breathing, and stay right here in the now. Draw it in, solidify it. The gift is in the shift that happens on our mats that we have the privilege of taking with us. Now sit back into chair, Utkatasana. Let your fingertips sweep alongside of your feet. Right hand, right hip. Left hand is going to carry the left shin up. Now you might stay right here, but lift out of the right hip. Don't dump into it. Maybe you lengthen the left leg long with peace fingers around the left big toe. Right arm elevates. Plug your hips into their sockets as you open up on variation B, the diagonal. Help carry the left leg across, standing pigeon. Let the left hip open through the hip joint, not the knee, bending the right leg, pulling the right hip back. Breathe. Never in a hurry, never worried, never desperate. Sweep the arms, the wings of your life back. Maybe you even point the left toes. Flying mantis. Walk your hands out. Bend the left leg. You're in 3-legged down dog. Exhale, left knee, left tricep. Hover it down to the left shin. Land it. Tense your finger pads. Drag your heart through the gateway of your arms as you let the right hip flexor open. Maybe even sliding the right foot back, but keep the kneecap lifted. Plant your hands down, keeping the right toes tucked under. Lengthen the left leg up and back. Roll open at the hip. Stay or flip right into wild thing. Kamakrasana. Breathing inside out. Opening your heart, expanding as you soften your face. Shoulder stacked over the right wrist. Left arm comes up. Bring yourself around. Kiss the left kneecap. Kiss it, draw it in. Step the left leg forward. Rise right up. Crescent lunge. Capture the forearms overhead. Bend the back knee. Let it hover. Keep your ribs knitted in, but lift it up. Breathe back in and up. Exhale, hover the right shin. Feel the strength of your body. Use those inner thighs. Come back up. Third time, land the right knee down. Part the arms. Right hand forward, left hand back. Beautiful. Look at that control. Up and around, warrior two. Stretch the arms long. Bending that left leg. Flip that left palm, peaceful. Now, take both of your hands and lace them behind your back. Slip them on top of the left thigh. Take your right ear to your right shoulder, stretching your neck out. Maybe even bending more into the left leg. Straighten the left leg. Keep your hands there. Stretch the left side of your neck out even a little bit more. Now bend the left leg again. Left hand stays wrapped around or the small of your back for a half bind. Reverse half bound warrior. Now float up. Half bound, half moon. Peel open from the inside out. Flare out the right toes. Ignite the right heel. Pull back on the left hip. Unravel slowly and maybe catch the right hand to the right shin for that Shavasana connection. Release to an L shape. Exhale, draw the right knee in. Step the right foot next to the left. Utkatasana, chair pose, top of your mat. Rise up, hook your thumbs, open up your heart. Exhale, wash it all away. Hinge, bend, and fold. Inhale and lengthen. Step or float your body back. Take it through. Vinyasa, offer the heart up. Exhale, up and back. Down dog. Walk your hands back to your feet, back of the mat. Sweep the arms up, chair pose. Lower your fingertips down. Right hand, right shin, left hand, left hip, rise up. Maybe you want to peace finger the right big toes. Utthita Hasta Gustasana. Utthita Hasta Pada Gustasana. Open up on the diagonal. Keep lifting out of the right hip. Steady your gaze. Carry the right leg across, standing pigeon with hands at heart center. Sweep and brush away any stinking thinking not serving you. Deal with the facts, not the stories we create. Walk your hands out, three-legged down dog. Inner knee, upper tricep. Lower it down, land the shin, slide the left foot back, tense your finger pads, elevate your heart. Plant the hands back down, slide the right knee to the right tricep, lengthen it up and back, roll open at the hip, stay, or flip inside out, wild thing. Bring it around, right knee in, step it up, crescent. Capture your elbows up top and forearms. Hover the back shin down. Now just hold. Knit your ribs in. Land the left knee, left hand forward, right hand back. This time, right hand behind the left. Exalt it, arc up and back. Go back with the arms parted, left toes tucked under. Up and around, warrior two. Flip the right palm, peace. Back to the second warrior. Lace your hands, slip them on the top of the right thigh. Tip your ear back. Straighten the right leg. Keep tipping the left ear back. Now, left hand stays on the half bind. Right arm extends. Flip the right palm. Reverse, half bound. Reverse warrior. Float up, half bound. Half moon. Unravel it for that possible Chapasana connection. Release it slow. Exhale, knee to nose. Set it next to the right, chair pose. Stand on up, hook your thumbs, open up. Exhale, dive over your legs, hinge, bend, and fold. Inhale and lengthen. Step or float your body back. Take it through Vinyasa. Feel the strength of your body as you exhale back, downward facing dog. Hold up in your down dog. Smooth out your breath. Hugging your inner thighs in, squeezing your thumbs in. Persist and resist. Persist your efforts. Walk back to the back of your mat with your hands to your feet. Scoop your arms up. Lift out of the side bodies. Chair pose. Fingertips lower down. Right hand, right hip. Carry the left shin up. Peace fingers on the big toe. Maybe kick it out. Utthita Hasta Padangusthasana. Open it up on the diagonal. Find your center. Find your balance. If you come out, no worries. Come right back in. It's not how you start. It's how you finish. Focus on where you're going. Don't focus on what so much has happened. We learn from it, but we put our energies into what we can do now with what we have, wherever we're at. Sweep your wings. Sweep the left leg back. Point the toes. Flying mantis. Walk your hands out. Roll open at the hip. Inner knee, left upper tricep. Lower it down. Land the shin down. Finger pads move forward. Maybe right foot slides back. Lift the heart up as you really find an additional opening in that right hip flexor. Plant your hands. Shoot the left leg back. Roll open at the hip. Stay or counter pose flip inside out to open up all that folding. Breathe in. Left arm lifts. Bring it around. Left knee into your forehead. Step it forward. High crescent lunge with your hands connecting to your forearms overhead. Hover the right shin as you knit your ribs in. Land the right shin. Part your arms. Left hand behind the right. Arc it up and back. Come back. Right hand forward. Left hand back and hold. Up and around. Second warrior. Flip the left palm. Reverse. Come back to the second warrior. Lace your hands. Bring them on top of the left thigh. Tip your right ear to the shoulder. So you're pulling down on the left shoulder. Let your neck stretch out. Straighten the left leg. Keep your hands there. Keep your left hand, your right hand on the left thigh with that half bind. And then reach the left arm up and reverse it. Half bound, reverse warrior. Float up, half bound, half moon. You're balancing on the left leg. Right hand is wrapped around, maybe to the small of your back, maybe to the top of the left thigh. Pull back on your left hip. Flare out your right toes. Release the bind. Connect hand to shin, that Chapasana variation. Release it slow and controlled. Never hurried, never worried. Right knee into the nose. Set it next to the left. Come to Utkatasana, chair pose. Hands to heart center. Wring it out and twist. Left upper arm outside the right front thigh. Stay here. Open your wings or plant your hands and come into Parshva Kakasana, side crow pose. Come back, chair. Hook the thumbs, stand tall. Open your heart. Sit back into chair. Collect your hands. Wring it out and twist. Right upper arm outside the left front thigh. Stay with it. Keep plugging the right hip back. Never in a hurry. Never worried. Maybe open up. Maybe tip into the variation of Parshva, side Kakasana. Balancing on the right tricep. Come back super slow wherever you are, chair. Stand up. Hook your thumbs. Open up. Exhale. Hinge, bend, and fold over your legs. Inhale in, lengthen. Step back, high plank pose. Lower all the way to your mat. Let your hands lace behind your back. Slide them down the backside. No lace, no worry. Spread your wings. Lift your heart. Shalambhasana. Lower back down. One more time. Lace the hands. Rise up. Breathe in. Lower back down. Breathe out. Now bring the left forearm in front. Bend the right leg. Reach back. Push down on the left forearm. Pull the right heel in as you press your heart up, stretching the right quad. Reverse it. Right forearm down. Left leg bends. Left hand sweeps back. Can you catch it? Maybe you use a strap, a towel. Push the heel in, pump the heart up. Now let's say somebody's going to ask you, how are you doing? Especially when you've had setbacks, losses, situations. People know about it. They're going to say, how are you doing? What are you going to say? The answer is clear. Forearms down. Point your toes. Feel the tops of your feet. Here's the answer. I'm working on it. I'm getting closer. When the setbacks come like they have, I respond by working twice as hard. Rise up. Breathe in. Energy is going to be your answer. You can always find more energy. It's your asset. You can always find it. It's renewable, rechargeable. You've got the capability of igniting your own batteries. Lower your chin back down. Now, go ahead and bend both legs. Take your hands, fist them, let your elbows go wide. Forehead on your fisted, stacked hands. Flex your feet, your legs are bent. Windshield wipe your legs right and left. Now I'm hopeful that you're feeling a little bit of a release in your lower back, your sacrum. Find the washing, the rinsing, the cleansing of the moves of your practice to just wash over not only your body, but your mind, your will, your emotions. Keep the windshield wipers going, but point your toes. Flex your feet, keep the windshield wipers going. Breathe. So how's it going? I'm moving closer and closer. I'm on it. When things get tough, the tough get going. You just try and study and maybe do a few more yoga classes, and maybe you do a few more things that will help you in the direction of your goal, whatever your setback has been. Relationship, job, financial. Do the things you can do with what you have, with where you're at. Point the toes, keep the windshield wipers going. Still the legs. Go ahead and reach back. Right hand, right shin, right foot. Maybe you need a towel, a strap. Left hand reaches back as well. Then kick the feet in as you rise up. Breathe. Let the heart lift. Lower back down. Hang on still to your ankles, your shins, your feet. One more time, bow pose. Rise up. Let the heart expand. Kick the shins, the feet into the hands. Keep the inner thighs drawing in. Lift a tense higher. You've got this. Lower back down. Lengthen your legs long. Reach your right arm in front. Bend your left arm. Propel yourself onto your back. Now you're going to be facing the opposite direction, but you're landing on your mat. You might have to squiggle back into the center and find happy baby. Now just find some ease. Just breathing in this beautiful space that you've created. Just settling in. If you want more, maybe you expand your legs for a little upavista and your happy baby. And then bring the soles of your feet together, knees wide, feet land, left hand on your heart, right hand on your belly. Supta Baddha Konasana. Breathe. If this is too much on your hips, you could always plant your feet the width of your hips and carry your knees together. When you're ready, slide your body into our final resting pose, Shavasana. So this is the place you give yourself full and complete permission to just be. We're human beings, not human doings. Just bask in this place. Now, if you can stay today, 5, 10, 15 minutes, please feel free to turn the video off and do so. But if you're coming with me, circle your hands right around your wrists, your feet around your ankles. And then transition by bending your knees and shifting over onto your right side. And then physically push yourself back up into your day. Push your renewed, restored, revived self, recharged with your rechargeable energy batteries that we have the ability to focus on. Breathe in, look up, carry your gifts, your graces, your talents and blessings into the palms of your hands, and then draw them in as you seal your purpose into your heart. And as you move through your week, just repeat that mantra, whatever setbacks come your way. And it's not if they will, it's when. We have to be prepared to persist and resist. Let that clarity permeate your being. It'll help bring you peace. It'll help bring you joy. It'll help you share the love that you have within your heart. Look up, finishing off with one Om to home. Sip your breath in. Om. Go on out and be a blessing. Namaste.